All right, so tonight we're going to work on the coffee part. So I have here burnt umber, burnt sienna, yellow ochre, and Naples yellow. I have a small flat or bright and two round brushes. So let's start with the coffee part. We'll try to make it kind of with the foam style. So let's take a little bit of the burnt sienna and put some yellow ochre in there for this part. So burnt sienna, yellow ochre will give me this beautiful color. Gold color. And then I'm going to take burnt umber. I'm going to mix a bit of burnt sienna in it. And also yellow ochre. There's a glare. Okay, let's try this one now. For now, try it this way. Okay. It's a good color. Let's take a little bit more of the Naples yellow and burnt sienna. Go a little bit darker on the side so it's not all the same color. So using, oh, jeez. Okay. Using a little bit of the burnt umber. And I'm going to go back to this. And while it's still wet, both of them are still wet, I'm going to try to blend. I'm just pulling a bit of burnt umber into that mixture, which is the Naples yellow and burnt sienna. So to change the color a bit, I'm pulling a little bit of burnt umber into that. Okay. Sorry, I'm just going to fix the lighting for 1 minute. I'm going to pause. Okay, so I'm mixing now burnt sienna, yellow ochre. I'm sorry, Naples yellow, burnt sienna, Naples yellow, and burnt umber. So the same color I used here, but I'm adding just a bit more of the burnt umber in there for the darker part. So for this part right here.
Did you use yellow ochre with that too?
No, I didn't. No.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get a color that I don't want the whole cup to have the same color. So just kind of variation of different colors and values in there. It makes it a lot more interesting, and it looks like foam, what you see on a cup. Burnt sienna, Naples yellow. It's a bit too light. But I am going to mix it. Go back and forth and try to get an interesting color in here that looks like foam. All right, it's getting there. Okay. I'm going to let it dry. I'll pause. Okay. Let's see if this is going to work. So I'm going to do another one. So it's on while I'm recording. So I took burnt sienna, And I'm going to put a circle.
Burnt umber?
I'm sorry, burnt umber. Sorry. Yes, burnt umber. Thank you. And let's put one here. No, actually put one here. Then I'm going to take a took white, put it in this mixture here, which is burnt umber, burnt sienna, and it has a little bit of Naples yellow. But all I'm doing is I'm just using, I don't want to use pure white, so I'm mixing my pure white with some umber or some of this mixture in here. And now light is coming from this side, left. So I'm going to put a circle kind of around the bubbles, maybe here a little bit too, and here, and a dot. I think personally this is a little bit too light, the circle around. I think it will look better if it's not that strong. It's very strong right now. So let's just tone it down a bit, okay? I think I can tone it down by glazing it right now. Let's glaze this one here. Yeah, I think personally it's better without the strong light. I mean white, strong reflection. So right now what we're doing, we're just experimenting. Nothing is final. With a round brush, I'm just using Naples yellow, some burnt sienna and Naples yellow to create an edge, kind of a lighter edge of the foam. around the cup. Again, that's just experimenting. And after doing this, we will see if we want to keep any of this. So it's just a matter of where the light is coming from for the bubbles. You know, light is hitting from the left, then you will have a rim around it, around the bubbles, with the reflection. But also around those bubbles, because there's lights hitting, it should be lighter around them. The coffee itself, the foam, will have to be a little bit lighter around those bubbles. But personally, I'm not liking them. They're too busy. I think it's better to keep it foamy, kind of, but without the bubbles. It's like a cappuccino. I'd probably rather play around with the foam and just make it look interesting. Like this. Like this, rather than have those dots in there. So like it's a kind of milky, creamy. So I'm using quite a bit of water in there too, so I can move the paint around. I'm gonna go over this. A little bit of white. That will give me a nice highlight so I can move it around. I think I need to change my brush into a bit of a larger one. going to darken a little bit with burnt umber. Because I was using burnt sienna and Naples yellow and a bit of white. And now I'm going to darken a bit the whole thing when I come to this side, left side, because it's less light in there. Okay, that's good. All right.
Better.
Yeah. And what I can do also is take...
Another question is, if you cut a little bit of the strong line...
This one here? Soften.
It's between the dark and the light.
Right, soften it a bit, right?
Soften it, yes.
Soften it, okay, yeah. This would require another kind of brush. Let's take this one. So I was using burnt sienna. Let's put the word burnt sienna here. Naples yellow, burnt sienna, and burnt umber.
But Leah, when I'm looking at this now, it looks like the coffee is folding into the cup. It looks like, you know, when bread rises? You know, when bread rises?
Yes.
So it's got almost like a concave.
Yes. Is that what you're seeing?
That's what I'm seeing.
Really? Uh-oh. That's not good.
But I don't know if anybody else is seeing the same thing.
Again, I didn't understand what you're saying.
You know, when you have when you make bread and it's rising, after it rises, it has like that roundness to it. And liquid should go the other way. Like it should be convex. This one is concave. I think I got the terms correct. It's going this way instead of up this way.
I'm not seeing it, but you might be right, but I'm not seeing.
I'm not either.
I'm not seeing it, but okay. I shall look into it in a minute. Let's go over one thing at a time and see. I'm just gonna soften a tiny bit this connection here. Instead of having a harsh line, I'm gonna keep this softer line, because usually, and Foutini, you're right, usually it's a soft, if there's a foam, it's a soft line.
When you're doing, you cannot see all the details. So because we're watching you,
yeah,
maybe you can catch a couple of things.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, that's very nice now.
That's much better, right?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So I see what you're saying, Asteros. You're saying that this part, the dark part, is showing like it's going in instead of up.
Which part? The darkest one?
Astero.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dark part.
It looks like it's puffing. It looks like it's puffing up this way.
Puffing up. Do it again. I'm watching you.
Okay. Instead of being flat.
Yes.
And going like this.
Yes.
It looks like it's going like this. It's rounded.
Well, that's what we want, because it is rounded. The foam, usually when it's thick, it's rounded up, not down. It goes up. The foam is higher usually. It doesn't.
Yeah, but if the foam is going up towards the sides, like on the side, it goes up, like it's like hitting the side. When I'm looking at it, it looks like it's going into the cup, in.
Oh, here. This dark one here.
Yeah, on the edges, all the way around.
On the edges, yes. Not mostly here. It's mostly here because it's dark, it goes in. Visually, because it's dark, it goes in. So it looks like a puffed cake, when it comes out of the oven.
Yeah.
So to get rid of this, all I have to do is push this color that I have here into this rim and get rid of it. Get rid of the rim.
Get rid of the darkness.
Yes. Get rid of the darkness and not have that darkness in there, I think I know what you mean now.
Okay.
I got it. That's because you bake, I don't. You see these things. When you bake, you see these things. I don't. So I don't see them.
Yes.
Is it better?
I think so.
Okay. All right. The bubbles, they need a whole session to get them right.
That's okay. We are
and
fine.
We're happy. I would like to see the bubbles, do them and see how we can get them.
It looks really good as it is because there's so much detail in the cup and the tiles.
And the spoon is gonna come too in there.
Yes, yes.
All right, I'm gonna pause now. All right, coffee done for this week. Next week we'll work on the spoon.